Hi, Jim here, Jim Thomas. I'm just doing the Facebook Live video, just sharing some thoughts as we all sit in this COVID crisis, and all of us having, in many ways, very different experiences. In some ways, the same experience of going through something unprecedented. The world's never seen anything like this, right? That that just slows me down. Yeah, and I want to say, as I slow down and share with you just a few thoughts, thank you to grocery store workers, people out there, nurses and orderlies and doctors and receptionists and things in the medical field that cannot shelter in place, truckers and factory workers and people that are still exposed and are serving us. And I want to thank you, and I want to say these remarks in the context of knowing that for some of you, if you're listening, if you watch this, that you are dealing with death, you're dealing with fear. People maybe a loved one is in a hospital, an ICU bed, on a respirator, and may or may not make it from COVID, and other things continue to happen. People struggle with other illnesses like cancer, and many of us are caught up in how this is impacting our careers, our businesses, did we get laid off? Will this unemployment benefit work? And where I am in my state, in my country, will I be okay? There's so much. And unprecedented in the sense of the whole globe is impacted, and we're all working to deal with this in a way that's never been asked of us. The sacrifice is to sit still. The sacrifice is to shelter in place. The sacrifice is to pull back and physically isolate while we try to stay socially connected. And unprecedented in that isolation allows for this internet connection. That isolation allows for busyness. It allows for us to stay moving quickly in a sense, right? And as I sit, and I sit with this, and I sit with myself, and I sit with my wife and loved ones through these virtual connections, I'm struck by how frenzied life had become. And I don't mean frenzied just in the sense of busy, work and how productive, right? Our productivity keeps going up as a species. We handle more, we do more things like from robotics to email communication and things result in jobs where people are busier, not slower. But I'm thinking about the frenzy in the mind, the constant pull to check in and be in like computer land. And slowing down, it reminds me, or brings to mind, how we view things in such short-sighted horizons now. And this has evolved, I remember the pace of life, being fairly busy when I'm growing up in the 60s and the 70s. But the pace of thinking, the pace of decisions we had to make every day, the pace of being in touch, of having a phone that dings and we can text, we can check, that's changed, I believe, and in a fundamental way. It's like every minute seems essential now. Each decision carries so much weight. Computer time does not equate to a natural, sort of healthy human pace. And this rhythm of life, it absorbs us. It creeps into our minds and fills our attention. I long to like stand still. And I've been doing things like leaning on a tree and watching sunsets, reminded that these constitute the stuff of life that we all fear so much right now could be taken. That sweet slowness of an unfilled day returns to me. Boredom, I ask, come find me. Perhaps in that space of stillness and boredom, I could have a chance encounter with an original thought. But sadly, I think it's like that space is replaced by this all-encompassing, particular, like specific social selves and branded selves and productive self that we all embody. You know, sheltering in place surfaces for me the distractions, the drive to fill time, whether we fill the days with something we might see as productive, like work, a project, something to complete, or with more leisure distractions like binging. You know, isn't that telling that how many of us took comfort in, oh, we've got to shelter in place maybe for months, but we've got Netflix and Hulu and Prime and all access and on demand, as if we had to sit still for a month, we might all go crazy. So whether we fill it with distractions or productivity, if we're shopping or surfing social media, whatever it is, it's as if we inhabit busy. We wear busyness like a badge, making major decisions now daily, hourly, minute by minute. Wait, look, the markets, they're up, they're down, it's time. Have you seen the newest this, the newest that? What do you think about that? Did you see? That's a hoax, that's for real. What's legit, what's not? And you can feel it, right? You know your triggers. You know your news triggers. You know those things that send your blood boiling or your heart rate racing or your blood pressure rising. But what if in this time we sought instead of like stalking news and virus and trying to figure out what to do, we just took the experts' advice, we practiced safe six, we socially, physically distance while we try to stay emotionally connected, and we breathe. And when I breathe, what comes to me is I think about soothing. And instead of being soothed by entertainment and by a constant pursuit of news and productivity, I want to rest during this time just a bit. To say soothe me instead with the rhythm of the earth, sunrises and sunsets, rotation, steady and pure, we moving in circles without sensing it. Give me an evening stroll atop this earth with my lady, hand in hand, glad to breathe in her precious air. Each step a gift, measured, sauntering, wandering about where nowhere in particular to go. Wait, we hear a tambourine in the distance. We follow the sound. Soothe me with the sound of water flowing, the bubbling brook or steady wave to the beach. That cleansing life giving sound of water. We, the beings of water, sloshing about. We, forgetting this as we become part of the ether, the ethernet, the virtually surrounding us. We exist out there now. We exist out there now. It calls to us out there. Moment by moment, it pulls us. Sit with me watching this little video. Sit with me a while. Breathe slowly. Shall we together ignore the pull, to respond, to click, to check in, to give our status, clickbait, to react, to share, to add to the demographics, to answer to the algorithm, to answer to the algorithm, to answer to the algorithm, and share again and again. This season, this holiday coming, whatever it be for you, like Easter, may we wish that stillness be reborn, like kids playing with tinker toys, lost in make-believe, without a care between imagining, oh, those joys. Pause, a mighty pause. Sit together with me. Ignore the complaints of those who think this in vain. Sit so that summer solstice may find us rested, with far-sighted eyes, gazing at a farther horizon, that we might remember ancestors and their pace, and their struggles and their grace, and their lessons and wisdom from the past. And me now imagining our descendants in 1,000 years. May they be reading poetry and singing songs of us singing, soothing voices proclaiming as they remember this time. That was their most peaceful hour. Let's rest together. We can ignore the inner voice saying busy we must be, and instead we can lean in and listen and hear a deeper voice. Where can I contribute? How can I serve? What does this mean? What does this mean? What do I want this to mean? What do I want this to mean? What do I want this to mean? What will I make this mean? Meaning, man the meaning maker, woman, persons, you, me, they, he and she, meaning, our heartbeats, your heartbeat and mine the same, and our sorrows that we seek so much to avoid in the face of this, because we slow down, because we are all in danger now. Those sorrows that we avoid, those sorrows that ground us to this thing called life, the poignant frailty. Listen and remember, even as we are sheltered in place, horizons remain. May we gaze our eyes out there, in a longer view of time, remembering our place and asking, what shall this mean? What does this mean? So that's me, my take, my words, my thoughts. One of the things that is giving me hope and a lightness of being is that realization. I think I first heard it from the Belfast Health Department in a short video, but that realization that this is the first war that we've had, the first World War. It's not with guns, it's not with weapons. It still triggers fear. We all have different reactions to it, but we're stuck in it together. And the virus doesn't know about our skin color or ethnicity or race or gender fluidity or relationship orientation, whether we believe in this or that politically. It just knows we're cellular beings, and it can infect those cells. And it comes and it teaches us something. And what it teaches us, perhaps, is in the end up to us. Come sit with me. Come sit. Let's be still together. At least for a moment. Thank you. Thanks for watching this, and let me know your feedback, your thoughts, and my bouncy screen. There's an earthquake here. No, earthquakes are serious. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just, as I give this a try, to just put my voice out there a little bit, and you put your voice out there, and we listen to each other.